2025 is the year where the superhero genre goes back in full swing. Now, I know it's not fair to say that superheroes are a genre. Superheroes is kind of a storytelling medium that can encompass multiple different genres. But with James Gunn in charge of the DCU, I mean, it's basically going to be Marvel Light if we're keeping it a buck, okay? I have hopes that the Superman movie is going to be good, but I also know that there's a better than not chance that that thing is going to be average at best and just atrocious at worst. But I can still, like, a boy can dream, okay? I can have hope in truth, justice, and the American way, okay? Come on, man, like, just give me this one, right? But then every time that James Gunn decides to flap his gums is the moment that I start to lose faith in what could potentially be happening out there. So let's take a look at the landscape in general, starting off with DCU, at least the side of this equation that I have some kind of hope for, okay? Because James Gunn reveals what's up with Supergirl, Batman, and everything else in the DCU. Both his version, the Brave and the Bold Batman, and also what's going on with the Matt Reeves Batman, which is just a dire update on what is potentially DC's most popular iteration of the Caped Crusader that they have going right now. The DC Universe hasn't even fully started. Yeah, but it already has with Creature Commandos. Everybody remembers that? Yeah, right. And it's already in a fascinating place. It was just over 2 years ago when Presidents James Gunn and Peter Safran announced their multi-year plan for the future of the DC Studios and the new DC Universe. Yeah, they had different phases all planned out. They were telling you that everything starts off with Superman. Don't mind those additional little projects that we have off to the side. And yeah, no, Superman right there, Superman Legacy, as it was titled at the time. That's going to be the kickoff point for stage 1. I think he was calling them stages or some shit like that. And then after that, you're going to be getting the Authority. And everybody was looking around going, what the hell is the Authority? Oh no, it's kind of like Guardians of the it's like, oh, okay, cool. So this is just going to be James Gunn getting all of his favorite action figures and just bashing them together. Can't wait. But now here we are, just a couple of months removed, right? Well, the guts of 5 months removed from the release of Superman, and he already has updates to his plan. So why announce all of these big overarching grandiose ideas if you can't even put out one reliable film? That's what everybody was saying. It's like, yeah, that's cool that all of this stuff is planned out, and a lot of it's like, oh boy, that's interesting. Why would you make those calls, and why is that positioned right there? Especially if you want to work towards some big crossover event. Why is all this stuff happening? Okay, how does this all work out? And oh boy, you're gonna go ahead and jump to the 5th iteration of Robin, and you're just gonna gloss over everybody else. How are you gonna make that one work? That's kind of crazy. But all right, because yeah, 2 years ago it was like kind of a meme that DC had no direction at all whatsoever. That was that interim after kicking Snyder to the side and before James Gunn's plan could come in, because at that point in time, the most appreciated, or at least received, the most well-received DC film, that was The Suicide Squad. Okay, that was James Gunn's maiden voyage for the senior circuit of comics, and that ended up spinning off a Peacemaker show, and somehow Peacemaker is getting a 2nd season, and he's going to be a part of the rebooted DCU, but nothing else, except for Amanda Waller and anything that his wife is attached to. But yeah, don't try to make it make sense. We got a plan, and it sort of will kind of make sense. In that time, the rumors and updates have been flying about those 10 original projects, as well as many, many more. Now though, with the first show out in the world, and the first movie mere months away, the duo felt it time for an update. Yes, besides specific updates, the duo hammered home their vision of not wanting to be beholden to anything except for a good script. That's interesting. Why lay out your entire 10-year plan if you didn't want to be beholden to anything except for a good script? Not a release date, not a post-credit scene, and if they aren't confident that a film or a show will be putting out will be good, they don't want to announce it, make it, or tease it. Interesting. So you were all just, gung-ho on those 10 projects that you had right there, like a all-female version of Game of Thrones for Wonder Woman, but it's going to be set in Themyscira without directly referencing Wonder Woman. Yeah, you're really confident in that one, huh? Well, let's take a look at the updates. Okay, yeah, things happening like Superman and Supergirl, which we've heard is going forward because we got the casting news that Jason Momoa, he's going to be Lobo, so now you're having very prominent actors from the DC EU crossing over to the DCU, just adding a lot more confusion to this already muddied mess. So Superman, Okay, DC Universe officially kicks off July 11th with James Gunn's Superman hitting theaters. Yeah, I've wanted to make a Superman movie ever since 1978, and the Superman film that James has made is exactly the one that teenage Peter Safran has been waiting for. So yeah, I hope so, man. And Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the next film out the gates, which supplants The Authority. That's interesting. So what happened to them? More on them in a second. Director Craig Gillespie and star Millie Alcock are about midway through production on Supergirl, which hit theaters next summer, and it's going to play a massive part in the future of the DCU. We've always viewed this transformative story as one of the cornerstones of our vision for the future of the DCU. Yeah, wonderful. Batman. Okay, this is where we start to get some news. James Gunn and Safran took over DC. They immediately made it clear that Batman from the DC universe would be different from Batman played by Robert Pattinson. Recent rumors and delays, however, seem to suggest that idea may have changed. Yeah, mostly because the Batman 2 is probably never going to get released if we're just keeping it a buck, okay? Like, it's been delayed to, what, 27? Yeah, sure, man. It's certainly not the plan, Gunn said when he was asked about Pattinson potentially becoming the DCU's Batman. And we love him, right? Oh, yeah, just like you guys love Henry Cavill, love Gal Gadot. You know, we just love them. Not like I'm advocating for one of them to get rehired for their role, but we've seen this shtick before. But we've got to introduce a Batman into the DCU. It's imperative, and so that's the plan with The Brave and the Bold. As for The Brave and the Bold, they're in a very active development on it. Yeah, but I thought she didn't want to announce anything without being really confident in the script. Anyways, Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost. Yeah, that's that Themyscira Game of Thrones reboot bullshit. He revealed that her people, as Amazon of Themyscira, would focus on Paradise Lost, a Mac show exploring the origins of the secluded island, blah, blah, blah. Gunn's favorite project and his next project. I'm writing something everyone else would be the next directing thing. That statement, very specific. Didn't confirm or deny that it's a Superman sequel. Nobody even knows about it yet. It's my favorite project for a few months. Oh, Christ. The Swamp Thing. Okay. Yeah, which is like, oh, okay, cool. So we're going with Swamp Thing, huh? Before you establish a proper Batman, proper Wonder Woman, proper Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern. We want to hop to Swamp Thing. Cool, man. Writer-director James Mangold, oh great, came to them with his desire to make a Swamp Thing movie. They loved the idea, and yeah, that's what we're going with, man. Yeah, it's going to be great. And then you got Lanterns TV show, because we got Bowl Cut, Guy Gardner. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. Clayface, because again, you know, see my criticism of Swamp Thing and just apply it here. Writer Mike Flanagan wrote a script both the guys love, and the director James Watkins almost set to direct. Casting will begin soon, aiming for a summer start day and a fall 2026 release date. The dynamic duo animated tale of two Robins really provided a perfect on-ramp for family audiences into the world of Gotham. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Peacemaker Season 2, that's supposed to drop any day now, right? I think that's interesting. Creature Commandos, that's getting another season for reasons, I guess. And nobody talked about it, but it did release. But yeah, and now you got a Sergeant Rock show? What? Daniel Craig was never set to play Sergeant Rock. Oh, thank God. His frequent collaborator, director Luca Guadagnino did pitch their take on the characters along with the Challengers writer Justin Kurt, whatever, man, a whole bunch of crap. But you're getting a Sergeant Rock movie. But what about The Authority? One of the biggest films Gunn and Safran announced 2 years ago was the mega superhero team-up story, The Authority, but Gunn admits the development has had some issues. Honestly, Authority has been one that's been the hardest, both because of the shifting the overall story, because it's getting right in the world of the boys, and a world with all the things that the Authority influenced that came out after it. Also having a lot of characters that we've fallen in love with, already filmed, and we want to continue with their stories and see them meet each other. And I will admittedly say it's been a bit more on the back burner right now. So yeah, The Authority, it's been scrapped, even though it's interesting that some of the stuff has already been filmed, but you're not done with pre-production on it. That's interesting. It's almost like you're contradicting yourself whenever you flap your gums, James. Waller, yeah, because that's definitely what we want to see. Viola Davis come back because she's super awesome. And Booster Gold. That's the other big takeaway, okay? Development on the Max show, according to the brash at time traveling hero, is going pretty strong, according to Gunn. No word specifically on what that means yet either. Yep, going pretty strong, because we announced it, and yeah, no, it's going to work, guys. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, Blue Beetle, Bane and Deathstroke, Teen Titans, a lot of this stuff is just getting paid lip service, and ultimately we know where it's going. Okay, eventually we're going to get a Justice League, or at least that'll probably be the plan. That's ultimately the end game. But at this point in time, is anybody going to give a single shit, knowing what Marvel is also doing at the same time? Because hey guys, we know that everything sucks over here right now, except for a couple of things, and one of them happens to be X-Men, and don't worry, that's happening. That's happening soon. Oh great, cool. So you're going to go ahead and hurry up and shuffle people out the door very, very quickly with Doomsday and Secret Wars, and then we'll start to introduce the stuff that people care about. We'll still have the same creatives and all of the people that ran the multiverse saga into the ground, but hey, get excited, because these are characters that you remember from different studios, right? Ever since Walt Disney Company acquired 21st Century Fox in 2019, audiences have speculated on when the X-Men franchise would merge with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Since then, there's been a few major updates. Kamala Khan was confirmed as a mutant in Miss Marvel. Patrick Stewart reprised his roles. Oh my god, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, where he did his best Joe Biden impression and got mind blasted by Wanda, the most powerful person in the MCU, because she could only defeat herself, even though she's still alive at the top of that tower. I'd imagine that's going to become patently obvious in the next couple of movies for sure. Hugh Jackman's, yes, Wolverine came back, and there's no confirmed appearance of the beloved team in the MCU proper. Well, kind of. Does anybody remember the post-credits scene at the end of the Marvels? All right, nobody's seen the Marvels, but yeah, Beast was very much teased. Like, he's out there. It's Kelsey Grammer's Beast. You know, some CGI approximation of it. But is there any report there's a report that went out recently that Academy X could be something in the works. And you can say about Marvel's live-action plans for mutants on the television front. Brad Winterbaum. I think anybody could say anything online. It hits the rumor mill, and people get excited. Right now, we're still working on X-Men 97 Season 2, and it's coming together amazingly. Scripts for Season 3 are insane. That's certainly scratching the X-Men itch for me on television. Okay, cool. And is there an X-Men feature in development right now? And there is an X-Men feature in development right now. So that is the focus of the X-Men currently. So yep, the X-Men are coming, and boy are they pissed. And I can't wait for that news that Cynthia Erivo is going to be playing Storm. That's definitely not going to piss me off a lot. No, for sure. 1000%. But something else that's apparently not happening, okay, because we got to compare and contrast. We got to take the good with the bad, okay? And unfortunately, okay, fans of Okoye, you know, just wanting to have that Wakandan Honor Guard series is no longer moving forward. Oh man, according to Brad Winterbaum, I think fans of Okoye are going to be excited to see her come back, but I don't think it's going to be a television show. There's a lot to look forward to. Yeah, at the end of the year when you have that animated Black Panther series that literally tens of people are going to check out, but unfortunately, no Okoye series, which is, it's going to be interesting, okay? It's going to be very interesting because they're going to be able to justify this decision when Ironheart comes out in June. Yep, you heard it here because you're not going to remember it when it does come out. But as for the good, kind of, sort of, I guess, because in the next couple of days, hell, next week, Daredevil Born Again is coming back around. And we know that most of the actors that you know and love are going to be coming back for that one. Can't really speak to the quality of the show, even though it's, you know, current Marvel, it's current Disney. I don't really have high hopes for it. But Jon Bernthal, who is like, it's weird, right? Because there's been many different filmic adaptations of The Punisher, and all of them have been good. Even, you know, Dolph Lundgren back in the cut. Okay, Ray Stevenson, shout out to the late great, and then of course Jon Bernthal might end up being the best, especially with his, you know, his range of doing the physical stuff and then also doing the acting and portraying that intensity side of things. Like he's definitely a complete package. And he takes the role incredibly seriously, so you do like him for that, and that's why there is some hope with the Daredevil series, because Vincent D'Onofrio talks about the Kingpin the exact same way, even though how do you reconcile what happened to him in Hawkeye and in Echo, and then say that I really take this role seriously. Interesting. And then Charlie Cox as well, really loving the Matt Murdock character, really wanting to see Daredevil given his proper dues. So I guess that's why he can justify, you know, the walk of shame in She-Hulk, which makes no sense at all whatsoever. But Jessica Gao, I'm sure she'll be coming back to the MCU any day now, right? I'm sure She-Hulk season 2 is just right around the corner, but more on that in a second. But Jon Bernthal's Punisher will headline Werewolf by Night style, a Marvel special, like a shotgun blast of story. Yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting, okay? Because The Punisher, instead of getting a series, okay, instead of getting, you know, season 3 of The Punisher, you're going to be getting a one-off Marvel special. It's very interesting how they ended up at this situation. Okay, while Marvel continues to plot out the space for the Defenders roster of characters on, you know, Disney Plus, you can kind of leave Iron Fist off to the side. That's kind of fine. Jon Bernthal's Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, will officially return after his initial appearance in Daredevil Born Again Season 1, as the actor as gun-toting Angel of Vengeance will headline his own Marvel special in the vein of Werewolf by Night. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special Entertainment Weekly exclusively can confirm. Bernthal is also writing the script for his own We Own This City director Ronaldo Marcus Green will helm this standalone special. It's like a shotgun blast of story, but also has the pathos and emotion that you want out of a Frank Castle story. Brad Winterbaum, head of Marvel Television, tells Entertainment Weekly. It's so exciting. Outside of that announcement, we don't really have any idea as to when this is going to be coming out. Obviously, you know, they're going to be filming it very likely very shortly, probably after the big premiere that they're going to be holding for the one thing that they hope can somehow turn around to the TV side of D+. Funny how they're relying on old Fox properties to go ahead and bolster the cinematic outings, and now they're relying on the Netflix side of things to bolster the D+ side of things. It's a very strange situation, mostly because the stuff that you were greenlighting for Disney Plus was She-Hulk, and now you know, you got Tatiana Maslany out here, you know, begging and trying to find her way back into the studio. But even Bob Iger, who Tatiana, you know, very stupidly took shots at during the strike. What was that, back in 2023? Holy shit, that's been a minute, huh? But she was taking swings at him, and now she's Tatiana Maslany is eager to join Daredevil Born Again. But Marvel seems to have moved on. Yeah, because we heard from the showrunner of Born Again saying, oh yeah, we're not really gonna lean into anything when it comes to Daredevil and She-Hulk. So yeah, don't call us Tati. Yeah, we'll call you. So yeah, man, it's a crazy slate in the superhero realm right now. DC, I don't know, man. We can't really judge the quality of any of the products because there's not really any products to judge right now. And when it comes to turning things around at Marvel, we hear a lot of things, okay? But we've seen a lot of stuff. Most recently, Captain Black Falcon America, man. But maybe that's a holdover from another age, okay? Maybe all of those creatives, those are the ones that ended up getting purged alongside the big woke producer exodus at the end of last year. Or maybe they're just bringing on people who are just going to be producing more of the same. I mean, you take a look at the creatives behind the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, and hell, even the ones that are working on Daredevil Born Again, and you know exactly what we're dealing with here. So perhaps the Punisher, okay, given the fact that, you know, Jon Bernthal is so intensely involved with it, might end up manifesting into something great. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to be in for some grade A sludge, and especially when it comes to Disney, they have bottomless pockets. When it comes to Warner Brothers, yeah, they really need results, and they need them like that. So if Superman isn't $1 billion hit, yeah, all of those best laid plans that James Safran and Peter Gunn have, yeah, they're just going to be kind of like The Authority, kind of left hanging on the back burner. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.